The Dallas Cowboys have a golden opportunity as with injuries arising in every which way in the secondary, it's time to sign what I think is an NFL Hall of Famer. We talk about a couple of guys the Cowboys could make a move on right here on Cowboys Digest. Welcome everybody, I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you tuning in to today's show. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button. We noticed that 76% of you who watch these videos, you're not yet subscribed. So go down there, hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free. So the Dallas Cowboys and their secondary have been injured, to say the least. And to the point now where we look at the safety position and there is legitimately one healthy guy. So what are the options they can do? Well, they can go out and make a trade. That's for certain an option, but what about some free agent options? What about some free agent guys that could go out there and sign for nothing? Because as we look at this depth chart, you look at the safeties. Donovan Wilson is questionable. Wanya Thomas is questionable. Malik Hooker, we know, is on the IR. Alijah Clark is supposed to be out for the next couple weeks. Marquise Bell is legitimately the only healthy safety on this roster. You don't believe me? Let's look at the stats. Alijah Clark with a rib injury is going to be out 1 to 2 weeks. Wanya Thomas has migraines. He is undetermined. Malik Hooker is on the IR. Donovan Wilson with an elbow and shoulder injury is undetermined as well how long he could be out. Now, with all this being said, there could be a lot of changes this week. But I think with how bad the safety room has been for the Dallas Cowboys, maybe they should just go out and get a free agent. There's a lot of good guys out there that we're going to talk about here on today's video. And so I just think it's time. I really do. I mean, you look at these injuries, and Clark, who was a UDFA, is somebody that you think, okay, well, he wasn't even doing that well when he was on the field versus Denver, and now he's going to be out for 1 to 2 weeks. Malik Hooker technically could make his return here in the next couple weeks. Wanya Thomas with his migraines and Donovan Wilson, they could play this week. I mean, that's a very real possibility, especially with it being a Monday Night Football game. But there's also one guy on the practice squad, I guess. You have Julius Wood, a guy who you had signed last year to a roster spot, or at least wanted to get him on the roster. Ended up getting the practice squad, but then he signed with the Titans. Now you signed him back this year to the practice squad. He's your lone safety. So as it stands right now, you have 2 fully healthy safeties on your entire roster. Not something you hope for, not something you like. What could the Cowboys go out and do? Well, there is one man they could go out and get. Justin Simmons, a safety who's played at Denver. He also played recently with the Atlanta Falcons. In my opinion, he's a Hall of Fame safety. What if the Cowboys went out and got him? I think that'd be an intriguing option. We take a look at it right now. Okay, so Justin Simmons, or Justin Simons, however you want to do it. He was a very good safety for a long time in his career. From 2016 to 2022, he was one of the better safeties in all of the National Football League. And especially when you're talking about it, free safety is the position that the Cowboys are looking at most. Free safety is where you're looking at and trying to maybe fix in a better spot. Because as we go back to this depth chart, strong safety you have a player at. Donovan Wilson there, and you have Marquise Bell, who is the lone healthy person. So having Justin Simmons being a free safety is a very good thing. We look at his career stats, though, and you talk about the 130-plus games played, over 660 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles. But I look at the passes defended. 71 passes defended. At his best, he was getting 15 and double digits or near double digits in passes defended. He's a very, very good safety. In terms of interceptions, he had at least 2 in every single year of his career, including last year versus the Atlanta Falcons. I really do think they should bring him in for a workout. I really do think it would be a good option. And for the Dallas Cowboys, who are struggling at safety, this is something that would definitely be in a good spot. All that to be said, I think it is something to note that he is a guy who's been out of the league this year. He's a guy who has not been in the league, right now. So watching him and looking at it, it's not something you're like, oh yeah, I'm very excited to see him. Couple options behind him, though. There is Marcus May, also a free safety. He appeared in 92 games in his career, totaling 9 interceptions and 153 yards. He was a second-round pick back in the 2017 draft. He played a lot of his career for the New Orleans Saints, so kind of a guy you could see signing with the Dallas Cowboys. But those are your 2 free safety options. Personally, Marcus May is not the guy I'm going with. Justin Simmons is. So I asked the question, and I think I try and ask this a lot, but if you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys, if you're looking at this safety room when you're thinking, man, this looks tough, it doesn't look good, are you going to try and sign somebody? So I ask, are you going to try and sign Justin Simmons? Would you sign Justin Simmons? If you would, then I want you to type S for sign. If you would not, then I want you to type P for pass. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. Would you sign Justin Simmons? I think I would. I really do, especially given he is a free safety. We're gonna talk some strong safety options as well, but Simmons is just such a guy he's been good throughout his entire career. I mean, even last year, you go back to his stats, he had 2 interceptions with the Falcons in 16 games. Like, he was a good player. The Falcons didn't need him because their secondary was supposed to be good. I mean, I say supposed to be. It just makes no sense to me why this isn't an option. First of all, it makes no sense to me why he hasn't signed. I really do like Justin Simmons, but he's open. He's out there. At least bring him in for a workout at this point because, I mean, you're getting close to the trade deadline. Jerry Jones, we're 1 move away. Okay, great. I don't think we are, especially on the defense. It's not the way that's going to work. It's not the way it's going to go. Go out there, sign Justin Simmons. It would be a perfect fit. It'd be a perfect opportunity. And in my mind, it's something you can look for in so many ways. Another guy I want to look at, though, is Jordan Whitehead. He's a guy who played strong safety for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in his career. We take a look at his stats. He had 4 seasons with Tampa, played 2 years in New York, went back to Tampa last year. Every year he's played at least 12 games. Last year, obviously, kind of was in a more relaxed role in the Tampa Bay system. I think he'd be a good fit too. The thing that I have is you have a safety in the strong safety room. That's what Jordan Whitehead plays. So I think in some aspects, you'd rather get a free safety. You'd rather have somebody who is going to play in a position that you have more needs in. I mean, you even talk about those free safeties, or the free safeties, Wanya, Alijah, and Malik. Of those guys, Alijah and Malik, they're both going to be out at least for another week or two. So it's a hard time for the Cowboys. It really is. Jordan Whitehead, though, he's a pretty good ball hawking guy. He had 4 interceptions in 2023 for the New York Jets. Obviously, he got to play alongside Sauce Gardner, so kind of helps out there having a really good cornerback. 11 interceptions over his career. He had 1 every year from 2019 to 2023. Also has 45 passes defended. Once again, it was just 2 years ago in 2023. He had probably his best season in the NFL. 9 passes defended, 4 interceptions. Also had a half sack in 17 games played, and a career high in tackles in 97, which as a safety, you don't really want tackles for the team purposes, but at the same time, hey, I mean, if you're getting tackles, that means you're doing good things. So that is one of the strong safety options. The last guy I want to look at, a potential one, is John Johnson. Johnson is a storied guy, 3rd-round pick in the 2017 NFL Draft by the Rams. Played some time with the Browns, though, most recently. 105 games, 15 interceptions, though, and 105 games is a very good statistic, and 190 yards in those interceptions. So John Johnson, again, he is a strong safety, so rather a free safety, but I wanted to throw all types in this video so we could kind of discuss what would be the better option, what is the best option, and, you know, maybe they go out there, maybe they sign somebody. I really do think they need to at this point, especially if they're not going to trade somebody. We'll see. We'll really see. I think right now we wait, and if they make a move at the deadline, which again now is a week away, like legitimately it's a week and like a couple hours away, then maybe they don't need a safety, but it's been bad. I mean, forget injuries. It's been bad. Sign somebody to help boost this squad. Go out there, make a move. Put some pressure. You say this is a playoff team, Jerry? Prove it. That's all we got for you today on Cowboys Digest. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We love you. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time here on the show. Peace out, guys.